change is good. Change is not always bad. Change is good. And for us entrepreneurs, we also have to take a look at change is okay. You have to accept change. It's going to happen no matter what. It's just you accepting that it's going to happen. Hey, what's up, guys? Eric Beer here. And today I'm going to talk about something with dealing with change. Today's Saturday, and my wife and I just dropped our kids off at summer camp. So where we live, kids go to camp, and it's a sleepaway camp. So, they pack up, they go to camp, and we don't see our kids for 4 weeks straight. We can talk to them, we can email them. They get the emails printed out each day, and they get to read the emails, and that's how we communicate. They take pictures of them, and we're logging on, and it's kind of a joke of how, you press, refresh, and, my wife, Allie, is just sitting by the computer all day, just, clicking refresh every minute, because she just wants to see our kids, and it's kind of a joke in our house. But the thing I wanted to talk about was just watching our children, right? Ashley's 16 and Zach is 13. Deal with change. And it's funny because they're kids growing up learning how to do this, while us as entrepreneurs, we face the same things in our lives at 40 years old, 45 years old, 50 years old, or wherever you're at in your life. And there's a lot of things that stop you from being successful, but you can't control some of those things, right? Like there's these external things in life that you can try to start a business and it fails, right? Well, it's not your fault if it fails, but what you can control is how hard you work, or what you're doing and how you're preparing to go about building your business, or how to learn something, right? And the things that you can control are the things you should focus on. And while we're sitting here talking to our children, they're getting ready to go to this camp these last few days, and they've just been anxious and nervous, which is normal, right? I mean, it's been COVID. We've been inside our house for a year and a half. No one's doing anything or gone anywhere. I feel the same way when I had to take my first business trip when I went to Boise last month. I was scared to go away. I didn't want to go. I was like, oh my God, I don't want to go drive to the airport and leave my family who I've been with, and oh my God, I'm scared. And then when I went away, I called Allie up, and I'm like, I'm so happy that I did this. I needed that for my own mindset, to just pull myself away from that routine that I've been in for the last year and a half. And it was healthy for me. It was really healthy. And being away at that conference, I was able to just learn so much about what's going on in the marketplace from people that are working, and it got me back, and it gave me some energy to just start focusing on some of these other things that I see people doing, right? It was an inspiration. And for our kids, now they're going to camp and they're leaving their lives. And we say goodbye, and it was sad. We're all crying, we're shipping them off, and it's a bug out to me, because whether you're 13, 16, or 45, we all deal with this. We all deal with anxiety. We all deal with these demons, these fears, these things in our head of what we think is going to happen. And I think it's important to just take a step back and think about that when you're trying to decide on how you want to shape your life. If you're somebody that's in a job and you're miserable, right? Well, that's the exact same feeling as a kid who's going to summer camp. You're not happy, and you want to do something different, but you're afraid to do it because you don't know what's going to happen. You're afraid to fail. You're afraid that it may not work out, and then you blow up your life, right? And what we do is we start to think about the negatives, right? We don't think about, oh wait, what if I leave and all of a sudden it works and I make millions and millions of dollars, and now I have my own business, and I don't have to answer to a boss, and I can do whatever I want, I can buy whatever I want, I don't have financial stress. No one thinks like that, right? Well, some people do, I think. I guess it depends on the type of person you are, but for the most part, there are still those fears of that you're going to fail. And I always say this, like the two most important things in life for anything, but certainly for building a business, is you got to believe in yourself, right? And you don't want to be afraid to fail, right? It's okay to fail. And that could be interpreted in a lot of different ways, whether it's in business or in my children's case, like they're going to summer camp and they're afraid that they may not make friends or enjoy the activities or whatever it is that's in their mind that's scaring them from going away. Now, they're going to get there. I'm certain that they're going to have an amazing summer. Like, I hope they miss Allie and I. I mean, we always say, like, we don't want them to be miserable, but we do want them to miss us a little bit. Like, we hear about these kids that want to get out of their house and they can't wait to get away from their parents, and they don't miss their parents at all. When they're coming home, they're like, oh man, camp's over, we're coming home. Like, I don't want that. I want my kids to miss us. It means they love us. It means we're doing a good job with them, and they enjoy the environment that we created for them. But I also don't want them to be miserable. I want them to be able to live in a way where they love us, they miss us, but they're having a blast. They're living in the moment and they're having fun. And they're seeing that change is good. Change is not always bad. Change is good. And for us entrepreneurs, we also have to take a look at change is okay. You have to accept change. It's going to happen no matter what. It's just you accepting that it's going to happen. And as much as you think that a cozy job is going to be there forever, it's not. You can get fired tomorrow. The company can go out of business tomorrow, right? You think you have security, but it's just in your own mind that you think you have security. You don't. It's the same thing as if you try to build your own business. So why not take a shot? Why not give it a go? And I'm not saying you just quit your job and go build a business, right? You got to plan. You got to think about, what are you going to do your research and have a good plan in place to execute. But don't not do it because you're scared. Don't not do it because you're afraid that you're going to fail or that you think that there's less security. Because it's really the same thing. You can always get a job. If you get fired, you get laid off, you find a new job. That's what people do, right? It may take you a little time, but that's what happens, right? So it's like the worst thing that happens if you try to build a business and it doesn't work is you go get a job. So what? So you figure it out. All right, you can go on unemployment. Just figure it out. But what about the other side if it works? The risk reward. Like, think about how unbelievable your life would be. Think about how much happier you would be. And those are the things that you need to put your focus on. And then that gets you excited. And that inspires you to work your butt off. And then you won't accept failure. Failure is only when you decide it's over. Right? It's like when the fat lady sings. You can not perform well, but it's not over. You just keep going. Keep going. Keep working your butt off until it works. And if you persevere, then at some point, you're going to make it happen. There's people out there that are successful. All you need to do is model their success. You don't have to recreate any wheels. It's being done today. And the best part about it is it's a skill set. It's not like people are born to be successful as entrepreneurs. They're learning a skill. Right? And for us entrepreneurs, you just got to go out and look at who's doing it and doing it really well, who's being successful, and then break down their business, model it to a place where you make it your own, and boom, you're off. So, I don't know. I just wanted to come on here and just shoot out a brain dump on what we were talking about as we drop off our kids and, dealing with change and what's happening in the future and all this stuff. It was just crazy. And it's just, we're going home to a quiet house now. But, on the flip side of things, I'm going to get to spend a lot of time with my wife, Allie, who, we get distracted and it's going to be fun. Like, we're going to get to be dating again. Like we're in high school. It's, we're going to go and be like, what do we do today? Oh my God, we don't have any kids. Like, we don't have any responsibilities. Like, we can the world's our oyster, right? You always talk about like, oh, I could do anything. Well, like, let's see, like now we don't have any responsibility, so we should hypothetically be able to go anywhere that we want at any time. We can eat whenever we want and do whatever we want, and we have 4 weeks to do that. So, as much as we're going to miss our children, and that's going to sting, it's also good and healthy for us to like as a couple to be with each other and focus on us instead of just our kids. So I'm going to embrace that time, and I'm going to have a blast with my wife, Allie. She's going to want to kill me by the time 4 weeks are up. She's going to be running away. She's going to be hiding. I'm going to be home alone because she's going to be trying to figure out where to be other than me, because I'm going to be annoying her all the time. But, the point is change is good. And in one side where it's always, there's the failure side and there's bad stuff, there's always something on the other end that's a positive. So, if you're in that situation, I just hope that this is helpful for you in some way. If you're in this place in your life where you're trying to, make some decisions on what to do with your life, your financial situation, your business, it's just choices and being able to deal with it. So, in any event, hope this was helpful. Appreciate you guys listening. If you haven't subscribe to the podcast. Click the subscription button, like this, comment, forward this to anybody that you think this might be useful for. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment and like it. It's helpful for other people to see this. I need engagement from you guys. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. Talk soon.